Showing what's involved with a service on a 3D printer today. You do this about every 250 hours. I print about 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, so this is every couple weeks for me. As you can see, I've already taken the hot end apart. This is where the filament comes up through here. I've got the fan just tucked up behind it, and what I'm going to be replacing today are this piece comes up through here. This is where it comes down from the 1.75 millimeter filament into the hot end, and I will be replacing a new nozzle. Set this over here and get it ready. Okay, turn this down some. Now I'm going to pull the tube here. Okay, now this screws into the top end. Make sure you get the threading right, and we'll check in and make sure all the plastic is out of there. Looks like I got a little bit of plastic in there, so I'm going to heat it up and do this hot, which ought to be a little more fun. So I'm going to go down here to the temperature setting, and I'm going to bring it up, bring the bed down to 0, that's this part, and then I'm going to bring the extruder up to 250 degrees Celsius. Takes a couple minutes to do a preheat. Give you an idea of what the old nozzles look like. This is a new. It's nice and clean and brass. And this is an old. It's kind of chunked up with plastic. I run quite a bit of plastic through them, so it's not unusual for them to get a little bit clogged. Okay, we're up to 113 degrees. While that's going, I am going to check all my connections. This one up here needs to be tightened down just a tad. 152. Alright, that's starting to heat up enough I can feel it. Okay, it's hitting 203 degrees Celsius, and I'm starting to see a little bit of burn off, so I'm going to take a Q-tip real quick, and yeah, I'm pulling out blue plastic, which was the last thing I printed in. Had a little bit of overflow on it, so I'm going to go through. That looks good. I'm using pliers for this because it is quite hot. It's up to 243 degrees Celsius now. And now it's threading in nice and easy. It's threading in nice and easy there. Get it all the way threaded in. Okay. And I'm going to turn it back off so it cools back down for the next part, because it's quite hot when I'm doing this. Okay. I'm just going to pull this nozzle back. Get that in, and it seems like it's a threaded end. Seems like it would screw in, but it doesn't. It just sets in, and then get out the right diameter wrench here. which is the 0.5. Put it in this little lock nut here. And that comes in here. Very hard to get in. Especially when you're dealing with a hot end like this that is still hot. But it works a lot better doing this while it's still hot than letting it cool. And we're going to go up and tighten this down. As it gets tight enough, you can loosen it up just a little bit to adjust how high you want it. I like it to be flush. Then don't over tighten. Good on both ends. Okay, now for the hot end part. I'm going to take another one of those. It's this tiny little piece. And we're going to go ahead and put the wrench in. Get it in the heat sink here. See if that's cool enough to work with yet. Nope. Pull that up out of the way. Switch to the needle nose because they're a little bit more exact on this. Okay, so the hot end is in place now. Now I need to put the nozzle on. I'm going to lift it back up. I'm going down here to the move settings, going to the Z axis, and then counterclockwise lifts it up. And I'm just getting enough place so I can put my knuckles under there. Start it with my fingers. And then come back and tighten it with the wrench. Not going to over tighten too much. Oh, I didn't have it started enough. Carefully hold the nozzle in place here with the hot end and tighten the nozzle down. Okay, and then we'll do a adjustment here and get it back online. Okay, now we're going to put the fan on. Fan's clipped on with these little butterfly clips. Do this side first. And then this side. Okay. Now it's all put back together. I put this just tape on here to protect it, so I found it's easier to change that out if it's hot. So I'm going to go over to the temperature, turn off the heat over here, and then turn on the heat on the pad, and I'm going to go to 60 degrees. Once it gets up a little bit, I'll pull this off and it'll come off nice and cleanly, and then I'll replace it with some more 6-inch wide tape. This one takes a little bit longer to heat up. It's at 30 degrees Celsius right now, so it's starting to get where it'll come off. Yeah. Alright, that came off nice and clean. Make sure there's no marks. And then I'm going to put on a new side. Like this end of the tape, so I'm going to clear up the end of the tape real quick. So I'm putting on fresh, nice, clean tape. The tape is just extra wide masking tape. Some people use the blue painter's tape and just do 3 stripes of it. I like this because it goes down in one piece. And then I just take my scrape bar, smooth it out, fold that side down for when it's going to be pulled off, come along this side with a knife, got a nice clean edge over here. Now I'm using just regular Tresemme hairspray, and I do a quick spray just to give it a little bit of a tacky surface that it's able to hold on to. Okay. My next print will be, I believe it's going to be in blue, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some blue and load it up. Actually, let's calibrate it again first, because I have gone through some motions. I'm going to go down to move and go down here to home axis in the center, and that'll move everything back to its right place. I keep under here just a piece of regular A4 notebook paper that I've cut in half to fit the size of it, and this is how we calibrate the thickness. This needs to have just enough tension that you can feel a little bit of resistance, but not enough that it's a problem. And then I'm going to get out the 1.5 inch, I believe, hex wrench. Yes, 1.5, and that's what I'll calibrate it with on the 4 corners. I'll do each corner separately and then run it around so we can feel all of it. Okay, so I didn't get something tightened down enough, so we're going to go back in and move it up. Go way up with it. Here and pull this back off. The other side just comes off. Oh yeah, I need to go way up higher on it. Adjust this looser. Once I get it loose enough, then I should be able to just push that up, tighten down, and still go higher. There we go. Now I felt it click into place. and then reattach the heat fan. Need my needle nose to do it this time, now that it's all cramped up in there. This side we will start. Yep, we're able to do that. Let's see now if we hit home axis, if it goes down without having any problems. And because this is down to micromillimeters of how thick it is, you're not going to be able to eyeball it. Okay, that's what it should sound like. Just go down and tick, and it's pretty tight. So I'm going to push down. We're going to adjust this down a little bit, and I'm going to start off by going a quarter of a turn at a time. It needs more. A little bit more. And you have to do this every time you change your nozzle, just the calibration part. And to make it go in and out, I'm pushing down on the spring while I slide it back. Okay, now it's getting close. Oh, that was too far, so let's come back a quarter of a turn. Okay, so that side's done. Now we're going to come over to this other side, but I know it was level before, so I need to come down quite a bit. Just an eighth of a turn more. Okay, now we're going to go back to the back. Same thing. There are 4 screws, 1 on each corner. And what this is doing is just making sure you have the right distance for the filament to come out. Oh, went too far, so I'm going to come back just a little bit more, and then this other corner. Come over here, a little bit more. And that's perfect. So we're going to hit home axis one more time. Put it back. Home axis is all the way to the left, all the way back. And make sure I've got about a hand's clearance in the back so it doesn't hit the concrete wall, because it makes all kinds of noises that it doesn't like when I do that. Stick this back under here for next time, and we're going to load it. Loading with 1.75 millimeter solid blue PLA plastic. I load it where it feeds from the back. On your first load, when you're first putting it in, it helps to come in and cut this on an angle for feeding on your first one. So it's got that little sharp angle on it. Pull this back up, press the tensioner lever, feed until it goes all the way down in the tube, and then I'm going to go exit out of here, and I'm going to preheat it. This time I'm preheating both. I'm going to 210 degrees because that's the temperature for this plastic. And then my bed temperature is 60 degrees.